Hi, I'm Brenna, founder and creator of The Active Path, and I'm so happy you're here for our first month of strength training. In this short video, we're going to break down exercises for your 2 times weekly strength guide. So let's get to it. Equipment. You need a set of moderate to heavy dumbbells, and you also need monster bands and a mini band. All right. Things to keep in mind: what's heavy for upper body might not be heavy for lower body, and vice versa. Mini bands, there's also variability in the resistance of bands going from light to hard. So make sure you have what you need, you have options to play with. I have links to all equipment in your strength guide for reference and ideas for purchase. Exercise 1, goblet squat. You'll grab a heavy dumbbell. Dumbbell's going to be right at your chest, and you're holding the dumbbell in a goblet style. Feet a little wider than hips, slight turnout or rotation from the hips. Make sure your knees as you bend are pointing in the direction of your toes. You'll inhale on the way down, keep a tall, proud chest. Exhale, push the floor away. Inhale to lower, exhale to stand. Breathe in and out. Good, goblet squat. That's move number 1. Move number 2 for day 1 is a bent over row. You'll grab your heavy upper body set, feet hips distance, find a hinge at your hips, long spine. Elbows will pull up, squeeze, lower down. Elbows lift, squeeze, lower down. Good. Exercise 2. Exercise 3 is a glute bridge march. This one's all about stability and setting the stage for some deeper glute work down the road. So you'll drop onto your mat. You'll lie down on your back, arms by your sides. Find a bridge position. So push your feet into the ground, lift your hips. Right here, I'm engaging my glutes. Now you have the option to keep your arms down. As you do that, you'll march one knee to your chest at a time. If you want a little more challenge, you can reach your arms up toward the ceiling, essentially destabilizing this position. You want a nice strong core as you do that. Otherwise, arms down, use your arms, press them into the ground, glute bridge. Your next exercise is an incline push-up. I recommend taking the incline even if you're a push-up aficionado. We'll have variations to work on as we go, month to month. You'll find some version of an incline. In this case, I have an outdoor couch. You can use a couch, any stable surface that's slightly elevated. You could even use a wall. You'll bring your hands to that surface, step back to a plank position. You want your shoulders over your wrists. You'll bend your elbows. You'll push. Inhale on the way down. Exhale, push. Inhale, exhale. For push-ups, keep your elbows under your shoulders. They can be anywhere from shoulder height to right by your ribs, somewhere in this range. The closer they are to your ribs, the more you're going to feel the triceps. The wider they are, the more you're going to feel in the shoulders and the chest. Moving on. Dead bug hold for day 1. So your dead bug, it's another core stability exercise. You're on your back, legs in reverse tabletop. This is your starting dead bug position. My spine is supported. I'm dropping my ribs down. From here, to find a hold, you're going to lift your head, neck, and shoulders straight up toward the sky. As you do that, you should feel pretty intense activation through the abdominal wall. Pretty sure you guys are holding this for 30 seconds this month. This is your dead bug hold. Good. Next move, alternating dead bug. Oh, a band pull apart. Alternating dead bug comes later. Band pull apart. That's where you will grab your monster band. I'm using a lighter one for this because these are particularly challenging for me. You'll have palms up, thumbs pointing out. Lift your arms up to shoulder height. Pull the band apart and draw it back together. Pull and reset. So and in. Okay, as you're doing that, tight core, feel the engagement across the back. You're drawing your shoulder blades together across the back. That completes day 1. Let's move on to day 2. Day 2, we're starting off with a dumbbell split squat. So you'll grab a heavy set of weights for your lower body. Start with your feet hips distance. Roll your shoulders onto the back. Slide one foot back so you're in a split stance position. It's essentially a lunge. You'll inhale to lower. Exhale to push the floor away. So you're driving your whole foot into the ground, ball of the foot, heel of the foot, particularly the heel of the foot. If you want a little more glute action, you'll focus a little more on the ball of the foot if you're wanting to hone in on your quads. I like an even press, ball of the foot and heel of the foot. Inhaling on the way down, exhaling on the way up. You'll do your prescribed reps for one side, and then you'll switch for the second side. That's your split squat. Dumbbell overhead press, I'll keep these for that. Notice I didn't change my dumbbells, but these aren't my heaviest for lower body. Overhead press, slight bend in the knees, feet hips distance, pull your ribs in, brace your abs. Exhale, push your weights to the sky. Inhale, lower with control. Give you a little side view. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Good. Notice my palms are facing in toward one another for that one. Good morning. So a classic good morning, I'll give you this because you'll see this in your warm-up a lot. You have hands behind your head, feet hips distance, slight bend in the knees, send your hips to the back of your space, hinge, and then hips come forward, squeeze the glutes, stand tall. Hinge, stand tall. So you'll see that a lot for your warm-up exercises to simply start engaging that hinge pattern, which you'll need for deadlifting, to do the banded version. And then here's a great example. This band feels too light, so I'm going to swap it out. Heavier band. Banded version, you'll step into the band, feet about hips distance. You'll hook the band around your shoulders, and then you'll grab hold of the band in front of your shoulders and keep a tight grip, tight position of the arms and tight grip here. I like to pull up on the band a little bit so that I know I have that resistance. Same thing. You'll take your hinge, keep your elbows in, keep your ribs in, abs engaged. Exhale, come up. You can add a little speed to these. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Pulling up on the band and keeping the arms in that steady position. Let's see, what do we have next? Banded rows, banded rows. Okay, so these are interesting. I don't have an upright hookup. So you could hook this around a doorknob. You would hook it on the doorknob on one side, thread it through, close that door if your bands are thin enough to do that, so that you have a good secure lock. If you have, like, let's say you have a Peloton at home, those bikes are pretty heavy and stable. You could loop this, thread it through, loop it around part of the Peloton bike, that standing distance, so you have an upright position for your row. Or if you don't have an anchor like I do, you can do these in a seat. So I'm going to take both sides of the bands in each hand. You could also do this single-sided, so just have one edge of the band and adjust as needed. I'm going to go double because that feels challenging for me. You'll bend your knees so you can sit up nice and tall. Roll the shoulders onto the back. Make sure you already feel some tension on the band. Inhale, exhale, pull back, squeeze. Inhale, exhale, pull back, squeeze. All right, that is your banded row. So you can do those seated, or you can do it attached to a secure surface, a secure anchor in a standing position as well. Banded row. Your next move is a bear plank hold. So bear plank, we all know what a plank is, right? This is your traditional plank. Bear plank is coming from a tabletop position. So you're on all fours, you'll tuck your toes. Right away, connect your shoulders onto the back. So you want to feel the shoulder girdle engage. Draw the ribs away from your mat, lift your knees and hover, and you'll be there for whatever the prescribed amount is. So again, bracing, lengthening your spine, abs in, push the floor away and hover, and release. Okay, our final move for day 2 of our 2 times per week program is a hip thrust. Now, again, these aren't necessarily my heaviest weights. I'm going to go ahead and grab this 25-pound and do it with 1, but you could do it with 1 dumbbell or 2, depending on what you have available to you. For a hip thrust, you need something like a couch or chair, a surface behind you that you can lean your shoulders against. So I'm going to take that dumbbell. Before I even lift my hips, I'm bringing the dumbbells to my hips so I'm nice, secure, and ready to go. Then I'm going to bend my legs, push the floor away, and find this bridge position. You might need to adjust when you get there for the first one. So hips up, knees should be right over ankles. Secure that weight in place. You'll inhale to lower. Exhale, lift and squeeze your glutes. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good. Hip thrusts. All right, team. That does it for your 2-time per week program. Remember, strength is not built in a day. It takes time. So be consistent, keep listening to your bodies, and I'll see you at the next one. Thanks for moving with me today.